I'm a money making, no cap, ayy. Hot as out, but you already knew that. Even if I brought them to you, still couldn't get your boo back. I'm saying, put your hands on your whip, huh?
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Mika, and we are back with another video, another banger on the channel for you, and you. So today, as you can see, I will be doing a seafood mukbang. I don't know how to say it, but that's what we doing. We got snow crabs. We have some Dungeness crabs. We have some shrimp. We got a lobster tail. And of course some lemon. I have a butter sauce, which is basically some whipped butter and hot sauce. And yeah, got my drink, paper towels. So yeah, we just gonna get started with this. Okay, so today I am gonna be doing like a girl chat or whatever. And I just want to talk about basically finding yourself, loving yourself, self-love after a breakup. First, y'all, I just got to eat a little bit because I'm starving. I ain't eat nothing. So, look at that. Look at it. Just look at it. Look at it. Yes, Lord. I got water and a cold drink. Because, y'all, excuse how I look, but I get pretty messy when I'm eating seafood, so I ain't want to put on nothing too cute or whatever. Y'all, I was so thirsty. But anyway, finding yourself after a breakup. If you watch my story time, then I spoke a little bit on it. But I went through like a horrible breakup. Actually, multiple times been through a horrible breakup. And a lot of the times after you go through a bad breakup, especially if you know you've been good to somebody and they just mess over you, like they just do you so wrong, you kind of start, I don't know where that went, but you kind of start to blame yourself. You kind of start to feel like, you know, what did I do wrong? Why did this happen to me? My breakup was with a very manipulative person. So a lot of the things that I was told had me like doubting myself. A lot of the things that he was saying to me had me feeling like, you know, it was my fault about the breakup. There's something wrong with me. Had me like thinking, what could I have done better or whatever. I also want to touch on the fact that, you know, you feel like, oh, you're going to be a single mom. I don't want to raise my kids, you know, in a single parent household or whatever. So you try to like hold on to it. And once you let go of it, or once, you know, things don't work out, it's like, dang, you know, I failed my kids. I was feeling like I failed my kids. Like, what the hell? I'm the reason they in a split household or whatever, you know, stuff like that. That kind of stuff bothers you. Or like the fact that you kind of down on yourself because You feel like you put up with a lot of stuff that you shouldn't have. It's just a lot that goes into it. A lot of people looking at you crazy, like, oh, I have 2 kids or whatever. Both my kids have different dads. So it's like, a lot of people looking at you like you popping out these children. You ain't even with the daddies. Even your family members be saying stuff like that. So you start to think that, you know, you're a problem. You start to think that you're not going to find out. Like, it's just a lot of negative thoughts that be going on in your head. So it's important that after you go through all of this, it's still important for you to realize that even if it was your fault, you still have time to change. You still, you know, there's somebody that's out there for everybody. Just because things didn't work out with that person, don't mean that you're not going to find somebody that's going to love you properly, that's going to love your kids, that's going to accept you and all your flaws, and accept your kids like their own. So you got to get out of that mindset of, well, you know, I got to make this work because this is my child's father, you know, stuff like that. You can't think like that. I know that goes through every person's mind. I ain't gonna say everybody. I'm gonna just speak for myself. That was going through my mind. So I was trying my hardest to make something work that just was not whatever. He didn't value me. I obviously wasn't valuing myself. So once things like really ended, I was in a bad headspace. I was in an extremely bad headspace, and I kind of went through the phase of I hate men. Like, I don't want a relationship no more. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to go on no dates. I don't want to do none of that. But you are supposed to take time to yourself afterwards. You are supposed to go through the process of healing before you decide to jump back into something with somebody else. Yeah, I don't know, like, I got these from Albertsons, a grocery store, which is here in Baton Rouge. It's in other places too, but they steam them for you. They obviously are using a different brand, y'all. These crabs look so empty. That's why I was so excited to see the Dungeness crabs, because these are full of meat. But these snow crabs, I'm just about to shut. Like, it looked like this don't have nothing in it. Like, it got meat in it, but barely. But yeah, like I was saying, you got to take a minute for yourself. You got to take a minute to heal yourself before you get into something else. But with that being said, you can't allow that to stop you from moving on, you know? Once you go through the whole healing process and stuff, you got to be open to finding love again. Before I got with this person, I wanted love. I wanted a relationship. I wanted a family. I want to be married. Like, all of this stuff. And just because this person broke my heart, like, broke me down to the point where I felt like nothing, doesn't mean that I don't still want those things. So I don't know. I feel like some people allow heartbreak and, you know, being hurt and stuff to hinder them still getting the things that they want. And that's not good. That's not good. That's not okay. Like, of course, like I said, after the breakup, I I was feeling away and I didn't want a relationship. And I was like, I'm going to just be by myself. Me and my kids just going to be by myself. I'm not going to worry about trying to be with nobody else. And I don't feel like that anymore. I did the work. I did, you know, the self-healing. I looked at myself and stuff. But it's all about your support system as well. I have friends. I'm blessed enough to have friends and family that reminded me who the I am. Like, girl, you can't let this dude or this female take away from the woman that you know you are. I know I'm a good person. I know I'm a good woman. Like, I know what I deserve, and I have to get back to that in my mind. Like, okay, you all of these things, you all these amazing things. Yes, everybody has flaws. Nobody is perfect, but somebody is going to love you for you. So, taking that time to kind of reflect on the person that you are, get to know yourself all over again. I took time to, like, date myself for a while. Like, I wasn't going on dates with anybody else, but I was also dating myself. And I was also, like, just doing different things to distract myself and to allow me to move on, allow me to heal. I started one of my businesses after that breakup. I just did a lot of stuff to get my mind off of it. And once you get back to loving yourself, once you get back to knowing your worth again, that's what it is. Once you know your worth, baby, the little stuff that person was doing, it don't matter no more. Like, I know while you're in a situation, and even after right after you get out of the situation, it seems like things not gonna get better. You heartbroken. So it seems like your life is basically upside down, especially when you got kids involved. So once you get on the other side of it, though, once you healed, once you get over that person, once you get back to you and get back to loving yourself and get back to appreciating yourself and getting back to basically doing things for you and for your children, then all of that stuff that you went through don't even matter no more. Like, it don't even matter. When you have kids with someone, it's like after a breakup, especially a bad one, like where it was like the breakup was big and epic, like after that, it's like hard to balance it. It's hard to get to a point of healthy co-parenting. It's just hard. It's real hard, but it can be done. Yeah, I think I'm gonna save these snow crabs and let my kids eat them because I'm just not feeling them. But anyway, like I said, it's hard, but it can be done. Another thing, if you was with somebody that brought you down, somebody that constantly like mistreated you, disrespected you, made you feel like at your lowest, I'm gonna tell y'all something I haven't told a lot of people. When I was with my ex, with all the stuff that was being done to me, like the embarrassment, the just everything, the constantly just getting beat down, like mentally, emotionally, you know what I'm saying? It got me in a place of depression. I was depressed. I was depressed as hell, to the point where it was plenty of days that I got up, I woke up, did what I had to do as a mom. And, you know, I would wake up, get my kids ready for school. And then I would go back home, get right back in my bed. Sometimes I would cry myself to sleep, like, and just be in a bed all day until it was time to go pick them up from school. I bring them back home, do what I gotta do as a mother again, make sure they're straight, and go back in my room, go back in the bed, cry. Like, it was bad. It was bad. It was so bad to the point where I thought about, I don't even want to say it because I don't even want to get emotional and start crying, but my kids are the reason that I'm still here. Let's just put it that way. My kids and their love for me and my love for them is the reason that I am still here. So if I can go through all of that and still be sitting here before y'all with a smile on my face, then you can too. Like, in a moment, it seemed like it's serious. It seemed like it's a big deal. But like I said, baby, the sun always come out after the rain, don't it? After the storm is over, the sun shines again, baby. It ain't like you go through a storm and the sun just never come out again. That's not what happens. So that's just how you gotta look at it. That's just how I looked at it. I went through all of that. A lot of people didn't even know, like, about my depression and all of that. Like, nobody knew about that. No, nobody knew. Nobody knew. I would go around people smiling, hee hee ha ha, and get home and I'm a completely different person. And I'm just, you know, I went through a phase where I did not want to talk to people. I didn't want to talk to my friends. Didn't want to talk to family. Like, I was just by myself. And honestly, during that time, my kids and God got me through it. Like, I had to do a lot of praying, a lot of self-reflecting, a lot of, you know. Of course, I went through, a couple days, couple weeks probably of crying and being emotional about the situation and doubting myself and stuff. And with this situation that I'm talking about, it was an on and off thing. So it was like, you would do all the work and do all the healing, but the manipulative person that he was, he always pulled me right back in. Like, right before I got to the point where I'm like completely healed and completely over the situation, it's like, okay, I see her, you know, she doing good. She bossed up, like, she on her again. Like, let me go drag her back in. Let me go tell her I miss her. Let me go tell her I live for her. Let me go tell her I want to work things out. And I'll get dragged right back into it. But now that I'm on the outside of it and I'm looking back at the situation, it's like, you can't pay me to get back into another situation like that. It opened my eyes a lot. So now it's like, I know all of the things that I won't tolerate. I know all of the things that don't make me happy. And I don't know. All those things just kind of made me the woman that I am today. Like, I'm still, okay, how I was feeling about relationships and marriage and family and all of that stuff, I still feel that way. And once I did the work to heal myself, and once I did the work to, you know, work on me after the breakup, I got back to feeling those things. I got back to wanting a relationship, wanting a love, wanting a family, you know, wanting to be married. And I was back open to dating people. I was back open to getting to know people. And then another good thing for me was, after the last time me and this person, you know, broke up or whatever, the final time, somebody came in my life. It was kind of like an old friend at that point. Because like I said, me and this person was off and on. They came in my life and they kind of showed me some different stuff. Like, they showed me that everybody is not the same. All men are not the same. There are men that, you know, that'll, you know, treat you right, do better. And then this person wasn't even in a relationship. It was more of a friendship. Like, I just feel like he came right on time to allow me to heal even more. To allow me to get over that situation even more. To get over that breakup even more. And all that to say, don't allow the breakup, don't allow the breaking up of your family, that family that you thought you were going to have with your, you know, child's father or this and that. Don't allow that to block your blessings ahead. Like, don't allow it to block you meeting that special somebody that's coming along after that. Like, I really want to sit here and talk about that because I know a lot of people, and I was the same way. I know a lot of people, specifically females, that feel like I got to make this work because who gonna want me with kids? Who gonna want me with multiple kids and different baby? Baby, let me tell you something. Somebody gonna want you. Somebody gonna love you. Somebody gonna appreciate you and your kids, sweetie. You do not have to put up with stuff that you know you are not supposed to be putting up with. You don't have to put up with the disrespect, the lies, the cheating, the embarrassment. You don't have to put up with that. You don't. You don't. Explain it to your kids. Your kids are going to see, like, you got to realize that it's better for your kids to see you alone and happy and healthy, like, to see their mom happy and healthy, you know what I'm saying, than to see them depressed, or than to see them hurt, or than to see their parents arguing, fussing, fighting in front of them. That's not good. It's not good for the kids. Like, if you're not going to leave the situation for yourself, leave for your kids. Like, I don't know. And I'm saying this because I've experienced it. I felt the same way. But a lot of people stay for the kids. Like Tara, what's the girl? Tara and Amina and Peter from Love and Hip Hop. They doing it for the kids. No, you can't. You can't do that. You can't do that. I had to learn that the hard way, baby. My kids are happier. They're much happier with a mom that's happy. It's better for them if they're in a healthy, two healthy households versus one toxic household. That's not good. It's not right. I know this conversation kind of got all over the place, but all of this still has to do with self-love, self-appreciation, finding yourself. It does. But it's just important for you to be happy. And that is my goal for 2022. It's just to be completely happy. I don't want all the toxic stuff around me. I don't want the toxic people around me. I don't want the toxic friendships, relationships, family. I don't want to deal with none of that. I do not want to deal with any of that. And I don't know. That's like a major goal. Like, my tolerance for bullshit is non-existent at this point. It is non-existent. Soon as I see red flags, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. You gotta look at it like this. All those situations that you went through with this person and all of that, it was a lesson for you. Like, all the stuff that I went through is a lesson for me. It taught me that you don't need a man. First of all, you don't need a man. You don't need a relationship. Of course, I still want it, but I don't need it. Like, I'm fine by myself. And I had friends that was like pressuring me when you going through the whole phase of you wanting to be by yourself or whatever. People around you like, oh, girl, you need to start dating again, this, and that. And I ain't lying, it took me a few months. And I kept hearing that the whole time, like, when you gonna start dating again or whatever, you ain't over this, and that, blah, 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 blah. I tried to pretend like I was over it, and I wasn't. I feel like me pretending that I was, or trying to, you know, force myself to be over it, or forcing myself to say that I'm over it, slow down the process of me actually getting over it. So you have to admit that you're hurt. You have to admit that you're broken at that point. You have to admit that you're angry at this person. You got to admit all of that if you want to get over it, if you want to change that, if you don't want to feel like that no more. You got to at least, what do they tell people that's like in AA and all of that? First step is admitting it, right? That's the only way you can handle it. That's the only way you can address it. That's the only way you can change your situation, is to realize what the situation is. So once you realize, once you realize, you know, I'm a little messed up. It was one point I was considering going to therapy because I know I had a lot of hatred towards men in general after that breakup, because I'm not just saying I was feeling that way behind one person. It was multiple situations, even with other people. And it was kind of like the icing on the cake. Like, okay, something wrong with me. Like, that's why I was feeling the way I was feeling. So, yeah. I'm getting full. I ain't even finna lie to y'all. I'm getting kind of full. I only ate one cluster of my Dungeness crabs, maybe half of my shrimp, and one of my lobster tails. But I don't know. I just feel like self-love, self-appreciation, knowing your worth and your value is extremely important. Another thing, once you get to that place of peace, make sure you protect it. Make sure you do whatever you have to do to protect it. So like I said, if you're dealing with somebody and you dealing with like a co-parenting situation, or it's like, okay, single people, well, people that don't have kids, it's easy for you to walk away from somebody and not have to deal with that person at all. You can block that person. You don't have to talk to that person at all. Y'all don't have to communicate. Y'all don't have to interact with each other in no type of way. It's easy to just walk away from that person. But if you have a child, then you got to get to the point of boundaries. That's where boundaries come in at. When you're healing after breaking up, you know, breaking up with your child's father, your child's mother. The boundaries are important. They are extremely important. Like, extremely important in the healing process, extremely important in the process of protecting your peace. Boundaries are important. If this person is like a trigger point for you, If this person, seeing this person, talking to this person triggers you and, you know, brings you back to a place that you know you don't want to be in, a place that you got out of, a place that you healed from, it is important to set boundaries. Don't talk to that person unless you talking about your child. Don't talk to that person unless they trying to talk to your child. If you feel like they calling you on some stuff that's getting you upset or getting you back out of character or getting your mind back into the place that it was when you was like at your lowest with it, don't talk to that person. I could get a call right now. Like I said, I have 2 kids, 2 different dads. I could get a call right now from either one of their dads. If they're upsetting me, I hang the phone up. Like, that's just a boundary, a personal boundary I had to set for myself and for my peace and for my happiness. I hang the phone up. It's periods of time where the block feature on that phone is used. Because I refuse to allow this person to bring me back to a place that I do not want to be. I refuse to allow like the anger and frustration that goes along with dealing with this person to even come back up. So it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a whole nother like video talking about co-parenting and different tips and stuff that, you know, you can do to effectively co-parent. But that's a whole nother story for itself. But like I said, set up boundaries, and not just for those type of relationships. Set up boundaries with your friends, set up boundaries with your family, set up boundaries with yourself, set up boundaries with whoever you have to set them up with to keep your peace. Keeping your peace and being happy is important. It's important. At the top of the list of maintaining that self-love and that self-appreciation and stuff like that. Even like during the breakup and stuff, my confidence was like, it was trash. It was like, I just looked in the mirror and did not like I didn't like anything about myself at that point. So now that I got to the point where it's like, you that bitch, I'm that bitch, okay? But now that I got to that point, I don't want nobody around me that's not going to appreciate that, baby. Like, it's not, no. And you know what's funny, y'all? That same person that tried to devalue you and tried to, like, bring you down and just made you feel like you were not shit. Boss up on them. When I tell you, boss up on them. You don't have to like be angry and bitter towards that breakup in that situation. Trust me, when they see that you done moved on and they see that you done bossed up, it'll hurt them even more. It'll hurt them even more. Because now they looking like, damn, like, she doing all that without me. Yes, the fuck I am. I'm doing it. Period. Boss up. Boss up on them. If you don't take anything else away from this video, boss up on them. Boss up on your friends. Boss up on your... Boss up. Boss up. Period. I'm not going to say that I got all my shit together because I don't. I definitely don't. But I don't need him or him or him or him or him or any of them. Like the person that you thought you was gonna spend the rest of your life with, you thought you was about to grow old with this person. Y'all got like kids, stuff. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm still that bitch. Been that bitch. Gonna be that bitch. What Meg said, forever be that bitch. I'm to the point where it's like, okay, I know people say, you know, date around or whatever, date this person, date that person, get to know this person, get to know that person. I'm over that phase. Like, I don't want to talk to multiple people. First of all, niggas get on my nerves too much for me to be dealing with more than one of them. So I talk to one person at a time. That's just how I gotta go. I'm gonna test you out. Okay, if this ain't working, I'm in this shit, I'm gonna go over here. And if this ain't working, I'm in this shit, I'm going over there. That's just how it go. Okay. Self-love, self-appreciation. Get into it. Drink your water and mind your business, okay? And with that being said, I'm extremely full. I'm disappointed in these doggone snow crabs, but the Dungeness crabs, the shrimp, and the lobster was busting. But yeah, that's it. Thank y'all for watching this video. I know my talk was kind of all over the place, but it was just a lot that needed to be said. I hope that, you know, if you're going through a bad breakup, if you're going through, you know, splitting up your family or whatever it is that you're going through, just know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, baby. Keep going. Keep trying. Keep, you know, focusing on yourself. Practice that self-love, that self-appreciation. Get back to loving on you. And everything will be okay. Peace. I will see you in the next video.